Okay, so this is John, our cameraman, who has volunteered to have his first occlusion training session with Hydro. And Dan is going to talk him through how these shorts work.
Yeah, so firstly, very simple. We just put the shorts on like a normal pair of shorts. But we need to locate the straps in the right position. So what John's going to do is just grab the straps and pull them up into the highest point of his groin, right underneath his buttock. And once he's got that in, he can pull the waistband and get the corner. Cool. So now we have that placed properly, because we said earlier how important that was. You included the proximal points for arm.
Well, there's obviously you've got your femoral artery and vein going down here, so that's the target. So it's got to be going right.
Yeah, right. And if we're trying to occlude closer to the mid belly, we've got a lot of tough musculature there.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So, and also we don't want to disrupt contractile tissue, really.
No, you don't want to be strapping round the muscle. That would probably hurt a bit, wouldn't it?
So what we'll do now is we'll just take John all the way around, because we've done a little bit of this behind the scenes before, and so he knows what we're doing. But we're going to take him to the full occlusion around the back, which we think, or we know is going to be around.
So you can see here, you've got 1, 2, it goes up to 5, does it?
Yeah. So if we turn John to the side, he's going to pull out as far as he can out here before coming around to the furthest point around the back. You could buy oxygen. That's it. Okay. And then turn around, repeat on the other side. Pull out as far as you can. Then come around to here. And that's it. We're done. We're straight in. And that usually takes a lot of time, a lot of fat.
Yeah, it certainly seems very quick and easy.
Cool. So John's now going to go through 30 reps of bodyweight squats.
So this is the classic. Yeah, you keep there. So this is the classic reps and sets, isn't it? You do 30 to start with.
Yeah.
You then do your 30-second rest, but you keep the straps on tight.
Yes.
And then you do 3 sets of 15.
And we'll work through this and we'll talk to John about how he's feeling. But within the research, it does recommend around 20 to 40% of 1 rep.
Yeah.
So if we think about a fully fit person, let's say they can squat 100 kilograms.
Yeah.
Then we want to see 20 to 40% of that, right? But when we've got an injured player or an injured athlete, that number's gone down quite considerably. And so that's the benefit of using bodyweight, because we know that we can't perform at the level.
But we're still going to get the same physiological effects.
Because this might now be more like 20%.
Yeah.
But we can load him and ask him to slow down. So what naturally happens is people speed up. You go speed up when they're getting tired. They can feel the fatigue in the muscle.
How many have you done?
This is number 30. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to rest. We've got the timer up there.
30 seconds. So we keep these on. How does that feel, John?
Harder than a regular bodyweight squat, for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great, because that's what we're trying to do. If I can do a normal bodyweight squat, why is it different? It's different because we're stopping oxygen getting to the muscle, which has an effect on what we call the pH level, the blood response in there. And naturally, you'd want to, in this period of time, be recovering. But now you're tingling, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's fine. Those are the natural responses to this modality.
Yeah.
And they're transient in nature.
And you do get used to it as a modality.
100%, yeah. And like, for first timers, we might only get to the second set of 15.
Yeah.
But, right, we're going to go again. Ready? 15 reps as we talk. Let's go. Do it. 15, slow, control. Cool. Somebody described this to me recently as, it feels like I did 10 sets of 10. And I was at set 8 or 9,
Right.
where you're really tired, really fatigued.
Yeah.
And I was using a lot of weight for that.
It's getting a bit short of breath, isn't it? Yeah.
Good, how many's that?
10.
Good, we've got another 5.
And you do sometimes, Dan, and don't worry, John, but sometimes the legs do change colour a little bit, don't they?
For someone like myself who's quite pale, you get some vascularization and rest. So
how's that feeling?
It doesn't feel like weight, but it feels like...
You've used weight.
Yeah. And even when I'm resting, it feels like I'm still...
Pumped.
So this, and it's getting worse without doing anything.
Yeah.
Because you're not letting recovery happen. We're manipulating.
So every step is really building.
We're building up even more desaturation. So at the start of a new set in the gym, you're used to being ready to go. I'm fresh. Okay, let's go. 15 reps.
Do you want to keep going?
Sure, going to, yeah. It's a good
I'm looking after his welfare as I volunteered here.
And we sometimes use discomfort scales.
Yeah.
That's traditionally been used in academic as a clinical practice. Keep going, come on. And the amazing thing here is it gets to the point where it's probably mind over matter.
He's feeling it.
Yeah.
Is he?
Is that?
No dizzy,
Just pump.
concentrated,
Yeah.
How many is that?
12.
Yes. Definitely got the full regime in there. Yeah.
Only chosen because he's out. That's it.
I have 30 seconds.
I can't kick it out.
No.
No, that's it, isn't it?
And then there's a really,
And you can do this for upper body, obviously not at the same time, but you can imagine the pump it's going to affect you.
And what we call this to hear your perception of this now and then only 30 seconds after I do the straps and what it feels like, because
It's quite measurable.
it's not costly. You feel like at this point, if I was doing this through exercise, okay, load, there'd be a cost to that. I could struggle for the rest of the day. Last step, let's go.
Oh yeah, feel it now.
Okay,
Straight away.
And what we've probably got is a perception of toughness of the task demand, and it's gone up through each set because the opportunity's going down.
You can imagine putting a 10 kg kettlebell in your hand and doing that. Yeah. Or if you're in your hotel room, just your suitcase, I think. You don't even need it. Do you?
Body weight, yeah.
Handbag.
How is this?
And 9.
Cool. Really important, keep going, that we stay occluded for 30 seconds after that last set. Because this set is a stimulus, and we want the response from that stimulus to happen in the muscle before we're out.
When do you go from double to single leg?
Well, again, okay, I'm going to count 30 seconds. When we do unstrap, I want you to just unstrap and just guide it back. So just don't snap it off, because it's obviously quite tight. So just undo and just guide it back, shake that leg out and do the same. Got another 25 seconds. From double to single is almost depends, because you might actually start with single.
Yeah.
If you've got somebody that is so asymmetrical that if they body weight squat, they're going to offload this leg, you might put them on a really light leg press.
Yeah.
To start with. So it depends on the task or the problem at hand and what task is suitable. 5 seconds.
This moving forward
Is then uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so big one. Good, just let it go back. That's it. Let it go. Shake that leg out. Good, and then in off. Good, and then just turn on your side a little bit. Shake that out.
How does that feel when you release them?
Nice. Feels like I've just sat down after a hard set.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what we tend to encourage people to do, we can't do it here, but it's go for a little walk, get normal blood flow back into muscle. And people do feel at this point that there's this flush sensation.
Yeah.
You got that? Yeah, where you've got this, suddenly my legs feel suddenly quite fresh.
Yeah.
By comparison. And so just give me like 3 squats on the spot.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like the weight's been lifted, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just a really cool way to manipulate the body's physiology. To create an adaptive response that otherwise we'd have to wait a long time.
And you can see there's so many different roles for this, as you say, before exercise, after exercise.
If we just, whilst we're here, the other ways, if we were going into a football session and you had classic patella tendon pain, we recognise that some of this done passively is helping reduce that pain. And so people can go in and do their prep routines and their sport without pain, or they can load through more range. And in sport, with change of direction, that's quite critical. The other one is that on the road, sometimes we use patella isometrics or Achilles isometrics. We need load for that sometimes. But if you're on the road and traveling, or you've got a field that hasn't got a gym near it, if we can do some of this work with a wall sit when we push against the wall, we're intensifying the work, and we're getting this pain modulation effect. And then passively, after exercise, like we said, to enhance the recovery process, 3 by 5 minutes and 3 minutes off.
That's brilliant. Thanks, guys, and thank you, John.
Yeah,
you look relatively athletic.
Yes, I'm very fit, healthy.
Good stuff.
Cool.